Welcome to today's podcast where we dive deep into our daily choices that impact our health and well-being. I'm your host, and on today's show, we'll be exploring how foods that we eat can either help us drift into restful sleep or keep us tossing and turning all night. Now, if you ever struggle with getting a good night's rest, what on your plate might be a bigger factor than you think. So stay tuned as we break down the best and worst food for our sleep. So first, we're going to have to understand the role sleep plays with our nutrition. So before we talk about the specific foods, let's quickly talk about why nutrition plays a role in sleep. Our bodies rely on hormones like melatonin and serotonin to regulate our sleep-wake cycle. And these hormones are influenced by what we eat. Some foods promote relaxation and melatonin production, while others can disrupt our ability to fall or stay asleep. Now let's go into the details. So first, we're going to talk about the foods that disrupt sleeping patterns. And of course, we know the first one is caffeine-containing foods or beverages. So we have the coffee, tea, chocolate, and our energy drinks which stimulate the nervous system, making it harder to wind down. Now, if you drink caffeine early in the day, it can still impact sleep quality. So in Nigeria, we have kola nuts and bitter kola, often chewed for energy, and these contain very high amounts of caffeine and can disrupt your sleep. The second one is sugary and processed foods. High sugar intake can lead to blood sugar spikes and crashes, disrupting sleeping patterns. We also have processed foods with artificial additives which may trigger inflammation and restlessness. Now, the popular Nigerian snacks like chin chin, puff puff, which are high in sugar and refined flour, can also contribute to our poor sleeping patterns. Then we have spicy and acidic foods. What these ones they do is that they can cause acid reflux and indigestion, leading to discomfort when you're lying down. The common culprits for acidic foods are your hot peppers like your tatashe, your citrus fruits, and your tomato-based foods. Nigerian pepper soup and suya, while they are delicious, can also cause discomfort when eating too close to your bedtime. Then of course we have alcohol, which is the fourth one. Now alcohol, while it makes you feel drowsy, can actually disrupt your sleeping cycle, preventing deep restorative sleep. So palm wine, a popular traditional drink, may initially relax you but can interfere with your sleep quality. Then we'll talk about the high fat and fried foods. These take longer to digest, which can lead to discomfort and sleeping disturbances. Taking heavy meals too close to bedtime can keep your body focused on digestion rather than relaxation. So eating Nigerian fried foods like your akara, your dodo, which is your fried plantains, can be very hard to digest when eating too late into the night. So let's now talk about the foods that promote better sleep. So the first is what we call the tryptophan-rich foods. Now, tryptophan is an amino acid that helps to produce serotonin and melatonin. So the foods that contain such are foods like your turkey, your chicken, eggs, dairy products, and then we have nuts like your almond nuts and walnuts. All these produce serotonin in the body. Then we have Nigerian examples such as your goat meat, your crayfish, your groundnut, which some people call peanuts, which are also good source of tryptophan. Magnesium-rich food also help to improve on sleeping patterns. So what magnesium does is that it helps to relax your muscles and calm your nervous system. Great sources of magnesium are your leafy greens like your ugu, your shoko, tete, bananas, avocados, and seeds like your pumpkin and sunflower seeds also are rich sources of magnesium. These are very rich. So if you are someone that is a diabetic patient and you want things that are rich in magnesium, you can go for your unripe plantain flour. Then complex carbohydrates also, they help to improve on your sleeping pattern. So you have your kiwa, your whole grains, your oats, brown rice. These ones, they promote serotonin production and they also help to steady blood sugar levels. So for the Nigerian staples that we have your fada rice, which is very high in fiber, your yam, your cornmeal, which is made into your ogi or pap. These are very excellent sources of complex carbohydrates and they help to induce proper sleep. So then we have the herbal teas, which are good for sleeping. We have the chamomile, the Valerian root tea, which have calming properties that can help improve the quality of sleep. Traditional Nigerian options include your zobo, that is your hibiscus tea, and lemongrass tea. This also aid in relaxation. Then for fruits, we're going to talk about your kiwi and your cherries. Kiwi is rich in antioxidants and serotonin, both which can help to support sleep. Then for cherries, these ones contain your melatonin naturally and also help to regulate sleeping cycles. So we don't have cherries and kiwis in Nigeria, but the substitute is what we call the African star apple, which is popularly known as our agbalumo, and then your pawpaw. These also promote sleep because they have the nutrients that aid sleeping. So now, what are the sleeping habits that you should imbibe by to help you sleep proper? The first thing is timing. Avoid large meals 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. So if you get home, let's say 10 o'clock, I think the best thing you can do is just to take water and go to sleep. Then stay hydrated, but not too overhydrated. And the reason being is that if you take too much liquid towards your bedtime, you're going to have to go to the loo frequently, and that will disrupt your sleeping pattern. Then limit your caffeine intake. Anything after 12, you don't take anymore. So if you want to have your caffeine, make sure it's between 8 and 11, because if you take caffeine or caffeinated drinks towards sleep, it will affect your bedtime rest. Then of course, create a bedtime routine. Pair a light snack with relaxing techniques like reading or meditating or even listening to soothing music. So with everything you've heard today, we believe that you are going to start paying attention to the foods you eat. The foods you eat can make a big difference in how well you sleep. Try incorporating more sleep-friendly foods in your diet while cutting back on disruptive ones, and see how it affects your rest. I believe that this episode has been very beneficial to you. You found it very informative. So please feel free to drop any comments on any area that you would love us to still address. Subscribe to our channel, like we always say. Share with your loved ones, and until I see you, stay well and sleep better.